We are going to measure the tissue height and place uni abutments on those two implants in order to be able to splint them and achieve the necessary path of insertion and passivity of fit. The first thing I always do is I check on the implants to see if they have a different sound than the adjacent teeth, which denotes ankylosis/osseointegration. And then after that, I'm going to unscrew the healing abutments. I usually place the abutments in chlorhexidine before I put them back in the mouth. Sometimes, because of the connection of the implant, the abutment requires a little bit more force to remove. And whenever that happens, I will usually use the ratchet because it engages on the actual screwdriver and gently give it a little push. And after that, I grab on the screwdriver again to unscrew it. Now, once this is done, we're going to perform the torque test, and using a standard implant carrier, we place it on the implant, and using the ratchet, we torque it at the same value as the restorative torque value. So the same value that we will use in order to place the uni abutments or the standard abutment, we will use in order to torque the implant and make sure that they're solid. Once we establish that the implants are stable and solid, we're going to measure the actual profile of the tissue, which in this case is about 3 to 3.5 millimeters. I usually prefer to use uni abutments that are 1 millimeter to 1.5 millimeters less than the actual tissue height. In this case, we are going to use 2 millimeter tall uni abutments. The uni abutments come in a sterilized package, just like implants. Once we open the package, we're going to use a specific driver that actually engages on the uni abutment and clicks directly in it. So we gently place it on the abutment, and then we're ready to position the abutment in the mouth. We use the same process to place both uni abutments, and once the abutments are in place, we torque them down to the same restorative value, which is 25 Newton centimeters for every Astra restorative component. Now, as you can see, these abutments are lower than the tissue profile, so we're going to have to use uni abutment healing caps in order to prevent the tissue from collapsing on our uni abutments. And we use the same screwdriver as a regular healing abutment in order to install them directly on the uni abutments. Once the abutment healing caps are on the uni abutments, they prevent the tissue from collapsing, and that completes the actual placement of the uni abutments and the healing caps. And now the case is ready to go to the restorative doctor for the completion of the restoration.